All right, the Lions might have some extra motivation next year. There's our guy, Aiden Hutchinson. He was up for Rookie of the Year, didn't win it. Ben Johnson up for Assistant Coach of the Year, did not win that. I'm going to break it down why both of these guys should have won and what it means going into next year. And then also the guys they lost to are no joke. So it's okay, but man, you know that it would have been cool to pull out Assistant Coach of the Year and then Rookie of the Year as well. But just in the conversation is awesome as well. But let's look at Aiden Hutchinson goes up against Sauce Gardner. And then first of all, Sauce, incredible. Detroit native, Martin Luther King High School standout. He only allowed 34 catches on 74 targets and 1 touchdown. So Pro PFF graded his debut as the single season best mark that they've had from an outside corner in 17 years. Sauce was really, really good. And in his speech, he said, hey, got to thank Detroit, East Side Detroit, growing up, 7 Mile. It was tough, a lot of violence, but that was just the adversity. That's what it took for me to get here. So, Sauce, I mean, absolutely incredible. That's what you look for when you draft a corner. Like, I mean, come on. And that's what we thought we had in Okuda. Not even that good. We just thought we had a really good shutdown corner. Okuda, nah, not quite. Let's just hope Okuda comes back to being somewhat of a starter, right? So anyway, we have a bad thought when it comes to a corner that high. They don't work out like this, like Sauce did. That's just incredible. But for Aiden Hutchinson, I mean, led all rookies with 9.5 sacks, led all rookies in pressures with 53 and 15 hits. And then he also set an NFL record for rookie defensive lineman by grabbing 3 interceptions. He was, he was nominated Pepsi fan vote rookie of the year, whatever. Point is, we got guys in the mix, in the conversation, and you draft a guy number 2 overall, just like we drafted. I'll go back to Okuda, but we drafted Okuda number 3. That didn't work out. We were drafting a guy number 2, and it worked out. It's like so sweet, right? Sweet, love it. And so we're excited to see what he has to do. So we knew Aiden. We pretty much knew what his skill set was and what his drive and determination, where his intangible was. So I don't want to say like we knew what the statistics would be and what they were, said Brad Holmes, but we were not really surprised they ended up having success. And that's why we do all the work that we do. Now, don't forget, we lucked out. The Jaguars took another player, allowed us to take Aiden Hutchinson. So we can act like we did all this work. Well, we did, but at the end of the day, he fell to us miraculously at number 2, which is weird to say. Let's look at Ben Johnson. There's our boy, Ben Johnson. Love it. He's up for NFL Assistant Coach of the Year. It's like, okay, so he won that, right? Well, no, he didn't win it. D'Amico Ryans, who's now coach of the Texans, won it. The 49ers defensive coordinator. And the 49ers, you got to give them credit. Their formula and what every team should be doing and what the Lions are doing, and that's why Brad Holmes invests so much in the defensive line, is you want to be able to rush 4, get pressure, drop everybody else, and just be a bear to deal with defensively. When you can rush 4, get pressure, stop the run, drop 7 in coverage, what are you going to do? I mean, seriously, what are you going to do? But Ben Johnson, don't forget, this is his first full year as Detroit Lions offensive coordinator. I think we forget that. He's been around. He was here with Patricia, tight ends, whatever, right? And all of a sudden, last year, 2 years ago, Anthony Lynn goes, he takes over. Things really turn around. It's like, all right. And then this is his first full year. So pretty special and awesome. So Goff outplayed Stafford while finishing among the league leaders in yards, touchdowns, passer rating, all while throwing a career low 7 interceptions. Remember, his last interception was against the Packers at home in week, whatever that was, 10, or not even. I mean, he didn't throw an interception in the last 10 games of the. Oh, here we go. He didn't throw a single pick on his final 324 passes, the 5th longest streak in NFL history, named to the Pro Bowl with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Frank Ragnow, and Penei Sewell, all offensive guys. We know our offense is good. We know our defense is not good. And here we are. We missed the playoffs by 1 game. So Jared Goff, holy smokes, It's like, well, if Jared has this and if Jared has that, well, he has that and Jared is doing it. He's playing so well. So it's great to see. And Ian Goff said it about Ben Johnson. He's been instrumental as any coach I've ever had. Our communication is as good as any part of, and he does a great job with not just trust in me, but with everybody. And I joked in the middle of the year that I would stop saying nice things about him because I know where that heads. But if he ends up landing a coaching job, which he did not, I'll be thrilled for him. He's a heck of a coach. And that's why you get in this profession, is to go be a head coach, do all the things, right? But he gets to play with him this year, another year. So it's huge because Jared Goff just looks so good. And, I got caught up in the non-athletic Jared Goff. And so it just was like, well, Goff's not athletic and then all this. Goff was throwing the ball so well, finding guys, decisive. St. Brown's always open, Chark, deep ball, tight ends, play call, scheme. It's all there. So I think the Lions are excited to, this new, they didn't win, right? So they didn't win these awards. So I think that extra motivation is going to be there for next year. I think there's no reason why he can't be a assistant coach of the year next year, why our next batch of rookies that Brad Holmes brings in can't be rookie of the year. Love it. Love to. I can't believe basically what the Lions are doing is kind of where I'm at. Like a year ago, you're going to look at Aiden Hutchinson up for rookie of the year, 9.5 sacks. Ben Johnson in his first full season, assistant coach of the year. Dan Campbell, like people can't believe he didn't get coach of the year, got snubbed, not even in the candidate pool. So excited to see the Lions doing things the right way, the right direction. We keep saying it. It's not that the Lions went 9-8, beat the Packers end of the season. Like, yes, that's all why we're excited. We have a trajectory for the first time ever. You can see the plan. You can see Brad Holmes. You can see the core, the foundation, where we're going, where we're headed. And that is what is so exciting because it looks sustainable. You're going to have bad years. You're going to, when I say bad years, you're going to have kind of like the Steelers, you're going to have a year where you win 8-9 games. Oh, shoot, made the playoffs. Maybe you didn't. But can you just be sustainable where you're not changing coaching staffs and GMs and core? Oh, man, that's just brutal. You can't ever get anywhere like that. This is, hey, what if Dan Campbell stays around for 3, 4, 5, 10 years? The Mike Tomlin, the John Harbaugh. There's no right. If he's around, that means we're winning. We're doing things right. And then you got Brad Holmes, who's just continues to bring in talent after talent. And that's where we're all headed. So Lions have extra motivation for next year because of these guys not winning. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.